I'm Steve Gledden, Managing Partner of Straightbat Private Equity. We're an investor that plays the long game. We invest in mature Australian businesses for old-fashioned reasons: income, wealth preservation and sustainable growth. Businesses we're happy to own forever. Today we're visiting an iconic Australian dairy factory that we're transforming into a next-generation dairy producer. One that makes biologically active specialty proteins and functional ingredients. What does that mean? Let's find out. A few years ago, we invested in an engineering firm in Geelong called HPS Tech, who specialise in making dairy factories radically more profitable. At the time, they were building a plant for Bega that makes a protein called lactoferrin. Lactoferrin is typically the most valuable product a dairy factory can produce. Skim milk powder sells for $4,000 a tonne, but lactoferrin sells for $1 million a tonne. When the Straightbat team were helping HPS find new customers, we came across Andrew Paterson, who'd purchased a famous old dairy factory in Warrnambool. And our investment committee decided to take a 50% stake in his business, in return to have HPS build the world's most advanced protein fractionation technology there. I'm on the way to Provico now, and the thing that we're likely to see today is a story about optimism and about the future. It brings together great opportunity for Australian agriculture and specifically the dairy industry. It's good for Australian manufacturing and jobs in regional Australia. We're using world-first technology that was developed in Geelong, and we're making advanced products, and these will be good for Australian exports and good for Australian consumers. I've come to meet dairy entrepreneur and Provico founder Andrew Paterson. He recognised the opportunity in functional ingredients and purchased this iconic site a few years ago.
When we arrived, the site wasn't operating. We had 1 or 2 staff members and maintenance. Dairy factories don't like sitting dormant for very long, so there was pressure from Fonterra to make the transaction happen. So being able to move with speed was important. The opportunity then was to put together the team that would drive and push the business forward.
When we got the plant going, and Andrew will tell you, there was 6 of us. 6 of us originally at site, and we predominantly had to look at people that worked here before to get the plant running.
Some of the machines are not running, so we have to replace it with a new one. So that's very difficult. But eventually, yeah, we got to face all the challenges and make it work.
And so whilst this was a large step, it was in a field that we knew well. And to make a difference, you need to step beyond that area of comfort.
And then as we've employed people, I've been amazed with their vigour to learn and embrace and want to see it succeed.
That comes with great passion, and it's infectious. And you see it when people engage with Provico on this site. We are taking an industrial manufacturing plant and we're moving it into biopharma. It's how we will employ the kids from our universities locally and internationally. It's how we will attract investment into the country, and it's how customers will see Australia as a relevant dairy producer moving forward.
One of the first things you notice here is the museum. This site has employed local people for more than 100 years, and its renewal is great for the future of the Warrnambool community.
My father worked here, my brother worked here. I had 2 uncles that were heavily involved. One of them was hugely responsible for this collection. The other one designed and built that Agron dryer. My grandparents worked here. They met each other through the plant. My great-grandfather supplied milk. His uncle helped build the factory initially in 1910, so it was just a focus and a centre point of everyone's life back then. They had a watchman's hut here, so they had a watchman up there. They had a games room. They had a badminton court, which I played badminton for Nestle, and they had pool tables. They had 2 of them. As young people, we would come down here, we'd give the watchman half a dozen stubbies, he'd allow us to go and play pool. And all our parents knew, and they were quite happy to have us in one place. So yeah, unique times when you think back now. It wasn't just a place of employment, it was just a community.
It's an extraordinary factory. It has a milk powder dryer that was designed by Nestle. It's called a Nestle Egron dryer. It's like the Rolls-Royce of milk powder dryers.
It was a dryer that was commissioned at the end of the 1990s. It's a very unique dryer. It's Nestle IP. It's almost like having 4 dryers in one. It enables us to do all of our functional ingredients, but now they specialise by nutrients, micellar casein isolates and native whey protein isolates, as well as for a long period of time has been servicing the nutritionals industry.
The beating heart of the dragon, the Egron dryer, had fallen silent. There was a great determination from the local community to prove that this site had much more to give back.
My uncle that's responsible for this collection's not in the best of health. I sat with him for 40 minutes the other day and all he wanted to talk about was this plant. Can you tell me where you're up to? What are you doing? And it put a smile on his face, and this is a guy, the end of his life's pretty close, and that's what he wanted to hear about. So I think there's not anyone involved in this community that doesn't want to see the site roll forward and succeed. So for me personally, to be part of bringing this back to being the heart of this district is a pretty special journey. We have to work really hard to make it happen if we want to be the best in this field.
Once you walk through the gates, you see the history of what it is and the contribution that it's given to the community and the dairy industry for a long time. This plant was the factory that literally built the town of Dennington. We've got 5 generations of people that have walked through this plant and spent their lives working and manufacturing product that's gone all over the world.
To make high-value ingredients like lactoferrin and alpha-lactalbumin, Provico has invested in advanced protein fractionation technology. It's now one of the most efficient dairy processing facilities in the world. What's going on here is a world first. Never before have bioactive proteins been extracted from raw milk using technology developed here in Australia to be exported to consumers all over the world. It's always felt to me that there's something much larger going on here than just, making dairy products. Can you describe the investment and the phases of new technology that we've installed here and what each of those will do?
Yeah, so the investment has happened over 3 phases and we're beyond 2/3 of the way through now. So we started off in October of 2022 where we completed a lactoferrin plant.
So lactoferrin is a glyco whey fraction. It's a wonderful protein that's now being used in mouthwash, in skincare, in cosmetics, in infant formula, in treating cancer patients. It has many applications, but once again, something that nature created that we're just bringing to the market in a ready-to-use format.
The lactoferrin is using a combination of membrane technology and ion exchange technology to remove what's a very valuable component out of that milk. And then once the lactoferrin is extracted, we're freeze drying it and milling that product into 5 kilogram sachets. We then went on and earlier this year completed the micellar casein isolate plant, so using membrane technology to separate the casein in the whey, skim milk that's had the lactoferrin taken out of it, we call that lean skim. So with our new investment, we are putting that lean skim through a series of filtration equipment to make micellar casein concentrate as a liquid, micellar casein isolate as a powder, native whey protein isolate and milk permeate.
So very gently through filtration, we're able to separate that casein and whey, and that's the start of our process of being able to harness what nature put on the whey stream. You can do it by cheese process, but through that cheese process, you're doing a lot of damage to those proteins. You've got salts and chemicals and other things. So doing it by filtration provides much more digestible and intact protein with a much improved, cleaner flavour.
What's colostrum?
Bovine cow colostrum is very high in IgG, and so it's present in milk. We need to process vast sums of milk to be able to get out our IgG content, but that's a product that's used in medical treatment to avoid the use of antibiotics. And as we move through in the world, we want to use less antibiotics and more natural cures for these things and infections, and that's our use of IgG in a medical context.
So tell us, what's this alpha?
So when we're looking at trying to create an infant formula that better matches human breast milk, we need a source of alpha. It's a sleep modulator. It has applications in mental health. So for us, it's about extracting that alpha out of bovine milk in sufficient quantities to be able to put it back into infant formula to better match what human mothers would have provided.
So what's really super exciting is just all the construction works that are happening at the moment, some cutting edge technology coming on site with membrane technology and the like.
It's a really exciting phase for us where we're further fractionating that whey stream. So the native whey protein isolate, which we're currently making, we're further breaking that down into higher value protein fractions, which is really where the future exists for this plant.
The advanced protein fractionation technology being used at Provico was developed by engineers right here in Australia. HPS Tech origins started in Geelong. Now they serve clients in Australia, New Zealand and the United States. Straightbat invested in HPS in 2020. They build factories for food manufacturers, but really what they are manufacturing technologists, and they've got a special ability to make dairy factories radically more profitable. HPS builds the world's highest quality and lowest operating cost lactoferrin plants, which means that the dairy producers that use their technology are the most competitive in the world. Since 2021, HPS has been adding the world's most advanced protein fractionation technology to the Provico factory at Dennington. We've made a significant investment in the factory and we've introduced you to technology, and I think that also has benefits, more broadly in the research community. Do you care to tell us about, the investment that we've made and what that means for Provico?
The investment by Straightbat into our business has been extremely important for us. We have a really unique arrangement, I think, in terms of the relationship we have with Straightbat, HPS and now AgroPure. We all bring particular strengths to the table, and you take any one of those pieces out and we won't be as successful as what we can be. That's been extremely important, and HPS is fundamental to that.
And it's actually the marriage of this very significant dairy factory with this advanced technology that creates this opportunity. In 2024, a major Canadian dairy producer, AgroPure, invested in the Provico factory. With sales of more than $8 billion, AgroPure is one of the world's largest whey protein ingredient businesses. They've bought a 40% stake in Provico to help meet growing demand. AgroPure is presently one of the world's largest producers of high purity alpha, but they're capacity constrained. The alpha technology that we have here at Provico produces the highest purity product in the world. So we're essentially opening up new supply opportunities where there's an abundance of latent demand.
So the investment by AgroPure, it's very important on a number of different fronts, and they really know their stuff. They're a dairy cooperative. They've been in dairy for a long period of time, over 80 years. They're already experts in alpha-lactalbumin, but they produce it from cheese waste, so through the cheese making process. They see what's happening here at Provico as we're producing these high value fractionated whey proteins from raw milk, because we have the technology to do it. So the technology that we're investing in at Provico and installing here is a great unlocker of capacity.
And I think in terms of technology, what greater example of being able to apply technology in Australia than when someone from North America, a global leader, says, we like not only the products that you produce, and we'll help you market them to our customers all over the world, But we also want to use that same technology, Australian first technology developed in Western Victoria, in Geelong. They want to put it in their plants in North America. And that's a huge validation and gave us a great level of confidence that that brave step that we took, that we were on point and that our pathway was right.
And so it's just great having their expertise come into our group.
The Provico business has attracted the attention of Deakin University, who believe it's a case study that other companies and communities in regional Australia can learn from.
Deakin University, through the REACH Trailblazer program, which is funded by the federal government, putting in $9 million into our business, along with many of their people across a number of teams within the organisation, to do analysis that we on our own wouldn't have the capability to do. It's bringing specific expertise into our business, which provides us an enormous opportunity to learn more about these fractions from the farm gate through manufacturing to the customers, but also partner these subject matter experts from the university with our people here on the site. It's going to create a lot of opportunities for people to pursue really technical, highly qualified jobs in a regional setting, which is amazing for our community.
What I really like about the people here is their sense of mission. You feel a passionate belief in the business and its role in the regional community they love.
I first started at this very site in 1999 when I graduated with an engineering degree out of Melbourne. It was my first job. I worked with Nestle as a process engineer. From there, I moved with Nestle across the globe to Switzerland, and my role there was to really support and commission other dairy manufacturing sites throughout the world for Nestle, which was a fantastic experience. From Switzerland, I basically returned back to Australia and then broadened my experience in manufacturing and engineering in pharmaceuticals with GlaxoSmithKline, and also then I decided to move back into dairy because I missed it so much. And when the opportunity came up here in 2024, I just couldn't pass it up. This site is in my professional DNA, and for me, you know, being able to contribute to building this site from a traditional dairy manufacturing site into a bionutrients manufacturing hub is something I couldn't pass on.
I know this place is more than just a job to you. You know, dairy is in your veins. Just tell us your background, tell us your story.
Yeah, it certainly has been important to me. So my parents and my grandparents, uncles and aunties were all dairy farmers up in Northern Victoria and Western Victoria. And so the thing that really appealed to me about this role is through being able to continue to make a contribution to the industry. I've been in dairy manufacturing for around 20 years now, but the thing that really appeals from the journey that we're on at Provico is that we're creating value for the industry through doing something novel, and we can all benefit from that.
I worked here as a contractor for a long period of time, so 1987 was the first job I did here, but I'd spent a lot of time in the factory before that because my father worked here, my brother worked here. I'm the sort of person who loves to learn stuff, learn of these processes and then learn about their world first. And I've often thought, like, I'm not far from retirement. I've earmarked when I want to go, and it would be really special to get to that journey to produce these products we're looking at doing and in the methods we're doing it would, I think, give me a greater work satisfaction than anything else I've achieved.
I think that the future is that dairy products are back. People are understanding the value of core proteins, and what we do and what our name suggests is we are protein value adders. We are the protein vitamin company, and marrying modern day technology with a traditional dairy product and being able to harness what nature put into that product and take it out and continue to give it to generations that are craving dairy protein, that's what excites me. These assets that are well built and well looked after can continue to give to future generations in the dairy industry and into this community. And so our ability to make sure we honour their legacy and take it forward into future generations is a massive motivation to me and everybody that works here.
It's incredible what's going on here. Australia needs entrepreneurs and technology that will make facilities like Provico relevant for the next 100 years. Provico's story is one of optimism, of what happens when entrepreneurial vision, Australian investment and international partnerships come together. It's a story grounded in the strength of Australian agriculture and the resilience of the dairy community in Western Victoria. With technology born in Geelong and a renewed manufacturing heart in Warrnambool, Provico is creating meaningful jobs, university research and delivering products that matter both locally and on the world stage. It really is a series of world firsts, quietly getting on with nation building, something we should all be very proud of. I'm Steve Gledden. I'll see you next time.